I've been publicly telling people to come forward for months. That is the way that you do it.
Florida police raided the home of data scientist Rebekah Jones. Now, this is a story that actually goes back to May. But before I get to more details on this, I want to show you the video of the raid. So Rebekah Jones tweeting out here, "There will be no update today. I'll tell you what this is about later. At 8:30 a.m. this morning, state police came into my house and took all my hardware and tech. They were serving a warrant on my computer after DOH filed a complaint. They pointed a gun in my face. They pointed guns at my kids." Here's the clip.
Come outside. Outside.
Who else is in the house, ma'am?
My 2 children and my husband.
Where's your husband at?
Calm down. Calm down.
You want the children now?
Call them all down.
Mr. Jones, come down the stairs. Now!
Police, come down now.
Search warrant.
Bring your
Come down the
children.
stairs.
My children!
Glenn, hang on. Let me clear the
He
house.
just pointed a gun at my children!
Now, this is all over her speaking truth to power. So before we even get to what this raid was about specifically, and I'll get to her comments on CNN about that as well, let me show you what happened back in May. So Jones, who helped build the state's online coronavirus data dashboard, was fired in May in what she argued was retaliation for her refusal to fudge the numbers and minimize the scale of the outbreak. She has publicly alleged that a superior at the department asked her to manipulate the state's data to make it appear Florida was closer to meeting its reopening targets than it actually was. So she refused to publish false data, and in doing so was fired. But after she was fired, she launched this site where she actually kept track of the real numbers using her sources. Now, this is where we get to this raid, and here she is on CNN discussing why she thinks this raid happened.
Why do you think this happened?
After speaking to my attorneys and looking over the evidence they said they have, I actually think that they're not after me. They didn't take the router in my house. They didn't take a number of laptops in the house that belonged to my son or my husband that could have easily done whatever it is that they think happened. They took my phone, and they took the computer that I use to run my companies. And on my phone is every communication I've ever had with someone who works at the state, who has come to me in confidence and told me things that could get them fired or in trouble like this. And I just want to say to all those people right now, if he doesn't know already, DeSantis will know soon enough that you've been talking to me. So be careful.
They say, you've seen this, but for the audience, they say that they believe that an IP address belonging to you was used to access an emergency system within the state that you weren't supposed to have access to anymore once you weren't working there, where you put out a message telling people to speak up, speak out about COVID, speak out about the deaths. Did you send that text on that system?
No. I haven't had access to any systems at DOH for over 6 months. I'm not a hacker. As the governor pointed out many months ago, I'm not that tech savvy and have no interest in reaching out to DOH. I've been publicly telling people to come forward for months. That is the way that you do it. And I, better than anybody, know that people at DOH aren't going to. If they didn't come out before, when I warned everybody that DeSantis would, and eventually he did, get people killed, they're not going to come out now.
So this raid is both about trying to find the sources that she's using to post this data, but also a way to intimidate her from stopping what she is doing. Now, let me show you a few more tweets of hers and also how you can help her if you are interested. So she tweets out here, "This is what happens to scientists who do their job honestly. This is what happens to people who speak truth to power. I tell them my husband and my 2 children are upstairs, and then one of them draws his gun on my children. This is DeSantis' Florida. If DeSantis thought pointing a gun in my face was a good way to get me to shut up, he's about to learn just how wrong he was. I'll have a new computer tomorrow, and then I'm going back to work." A lot of people ask me how they can help. 1, a job not in Florida. 2, spread the word. And 3, she links to her GoFundMe page here to support her legal fund. So I'll link to all this below the video, the GoFundMe page. I'll link to her Florida website as well. You can also support her on here. There's a way to support her work there. But this shows you that when it comes to the power of the state in shutting down any information they don't want to get out there, they will use whatever avenue possible in order to push a particular message out there, even if that means lying about the actual data, lying about what is actually happening with COVID-19 in their state, and they will do whatever they can to shut up people that are speaking truth to power.